Loved my time here so far. Great family-oriented business, and really enjoying what we're doing and how I'm watching this organization grow.
All right, Ben, good afternoon. Thanks for sitting down with me today. Ben, tell us a little bit about your role here at Milner and, your history at the organization and where we've been, where we are, and where we're going.
Okay. So currently VP of Service for both Milner Inc. and Milner Technologies Inc. Going into my 13th year. So, my history brought me from Rico for 18 years over to here. Loved my time here so far. Great family-oriented business, and really enjoying what we're doing and how I'm watching this organization grow.
Yeah, thank you, Ben. From a service standpoint, what do you think is the most critical aspect of delivering great customer service?
Customer recognition, listening to the customer, them knowing that, to me, a piece of equipment is agnostic and that the name on the building is the most important part of what they're getting. Are they getting the value? Are they getting the delivery of service that they expect? Those are the things that we look for, and that feedback makes us realize what we're doing right and what we're doing wrong.
From servicing and service, we do a lot of different types of service, right? So from servicing a copy machine to IT to cybersecurity, is there one common principle that you think it relates to all of them?
Value. The value that we deliver. How do we deliver it? What are they expecting out of it? The follow-up means everything, right? If we can sit down with a customer and they can tell us the one thing that they didn't miss was the communication from us, to me, that's the most important part. You can fix a lot of pieces of equipment, but once you break a customer, it's hard to fix.
Yes, yeah, certainly. The saying, customer's always right, there's a lot of truth to that. But a lot of falsehood to it too. But at the end of the day, I think we want to make them
right.
Even if they're wrong, they're still right. It's about their perception, and we have to make sure we guide them to the right solution.
I couldn't agree more. Perception, the customer's perception is what leads us, right? If they feel that they deserved this and they didn't get it, the question is why? Where did we go wrong? Did we misrepresent? Did we do something that wasn't to their liking? Those are the things that we constantly are following up with and growing from.
Can you share some details about our service from an IT standpoint? What's our response time? How quickly do we try and solve problems?
So there's multiple aspects when you look from an IT side. You've got the immediate remote response, and then naturally we try to solve everything remotely. If we can't get that done, then we're trying to go on site with something. But from a immediate response, usually most customers are getting a response within 2 hours. Resolution's a different story sometimes. Resolution can vary from that 2-hour mark to a 2-day mark, depending on the complexity of the environment, what we're doing, why we're doing it, and those things. Having the customer in the communication and understanding what it takes to get to that journey is the most important part of that process, though.
And great. From a hardware standpoint on, the office equipment side, what are some of our deliverables from a service standpoint?
You're always looking to improve those, but an immediate response to the customer, the acknowledgement of the ticket, all the way down to the resolution. That resolution, our goal is to be somewhere around that 6-hour mark, right? And when we're keeping that within that 6 hours, the customer interaction with us has a tendency to give us a higher customer satisfaction rating. Those, as you know, are coming from our surveys and the follow-ups we're doing with the customers.
With all this new technology coming out, us just switching from Forza to Automate, we have, ConnectWise on the IT side. What are some of the new customer service features that we're going to be able to offer our customers?
Not only a portal, but where the customer can interact with us immediately, but the ability to follow up again. I can't stress how much follow-up means to us. But getting into the conversation with the customer, they have a tendency to tell us their satisfaction. I'm happy, I'm not happy. Or I give you a neutral type rating. Sometimes those are the only thing we need. And then you get the write-ups from the customers that come back that tell you that a particular tech is doing a great job or what they didn't like about the interaction. And then every one of those that comes back that is not positive, we follow up on. And not only do we follow up on the positives are done by the customer success managers and reaching out and touching those customers and just giving them a breath of where we're at quarterly and things to that nature. But the negative impacts are immediate. We're immediately calling that customer to find out what was it that we didn't do right that we could have done better. And the customers, in a lot of cases, will even reach back out and say, I didn't expect anyone to actually follow up, but the fact you did is what makes us part of Milner's, family.
Well, I know we strive for perfection, right? But out of 100, service tickets, there might be one or two where something didn't quite go right. And I think we learn more from those 2 tickets where we do get that feedback that's not perfect, that's okay or negative, where we can actually grow from it.
So I spend a lot of time, as you talk to the managers that we manage and report to me daily, one of the things that we talk about every day is I love everything that we did yesterday. But more importantly is what did we not get done or did we not do right, and how do we fix that?
Yes.
And so every day it's a focus of the negative, unfortunately, to look at and say, okay, these didn't get completed yesterday. Go find out why. The customer satisfaction wasn't where we wanted it on these. Go find out why.
Yes.
So most of what we do is about why.
And learning from that, it's all right to make a mistake once, but I don't like to make this same mistake twice.
Yeah, there's an old saying about that, right? Yeah. We've got some outstanding people that work at this organization, from technicians to administrative people, and what they all care about truly goes back to what I said in the beginning is the name on the building, right?
Yes.
Milner. What's that value that we're delivering to our customers, and what would you be if the customer? If you were the customer, what would you expect out of us? So make sure that's what we're delivering.
Yeah, if I were to break down Milner into 2 pieces, it would be the customers and the employees, right? The people who work here,
right.
And the customers, that give us our purpose.
Yeah.
That's what we strive for, is to take care of them.
And in my world, they're both customers, right? So I have to service both sides of it.
Yes,
I
absolutely.
have to make sure that what we're trying to deliver from sales or service standpoint is being done correctly, and I make sure I deliver that value there. And then from the customer side, that's where our employees have to make sure that we're finishing that product.
Yes, absolutely. Share with us some of the proactive initiatives we take on a service standpoint, right?
Yeah, so we'll lean back on the IT side and the cyber side a little bit. We run a lot of different agents in our customers' environment that try to tell us, predict the future. What's going to fail? What's filling up? Why is it filling up? We see something not correct in the environment. And we do, on an average, from a customer standpoint, about 200 calls a day there. There's over 2,000 calls that actually come in that are done without human interaction. Those are all done through automation.
Oh, wow.
And that automation is solving things for customers that were never problems, and we hope they don't become a problem. And that's what makes it proactive. Where we don't do well enough at is letting the customer know that those things are actually happening.
Yes, 2,000 tickets answered automatically. That's an impressive number.
It is.
Right, and that's kind of in the background. No one's really aware of everything that's being done back
But it
there.
also keeps us from doing those other 1,800 every day, right?
Yes.
Because if we weren't doing that, at some point, they're going to be ringing our phone.
Yes, absolutely.
So.
What about on the office equipment side?
Very similar. The machines today, as you know, can tell us when they're starting to have issues, when they're having paper jams or low on a supply or a meter count's getting to a certain thing and a particular product needs to be ordered. We're proactively monitoring those things too. When you can actually show up for a call at a customer site with the part in hand means a whole lot to the customer.
Yes, before it's even failed, right? Before
Yeah.
they have to place that ticket or have any downtime. The tech's there with the part ready to go.
Yep.
So the customer is up, 100%.
Yeah, and we do a lot of those what we call courtesy calls, right? Where they're not placing the call, we are. And today we're running in that 25-30% range where our calls are courtesy calls instead of a customer initiating that with us. Which, when you think about imaging, usually you're not dealing with something until it's failed. We're starting to deal with them before they fail, which is good for the whole industry in itself.
Well, Ben, I'm excited where Milner's heading with you at the head of service. You've been doing a phenomenal job, so thank you for speaking with me this
I
afternoon.
appreciate it, and thank you.
Yep.
Take care.